Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and Intel announces Ice Lake, a 10 nanometer CPU. Intel has now launched their 10 series, and that's Ice Lake 10 nanometer for their mobile chips. These are like around, I would say, 15 watts. They would say they were configurable around, and they are configurable in a range. So that's why this was probably a closed test by Intel. Try to really get out there ahead of this, really show that they have an establishment in the mobile space. And it looks like the industry, the people that went there, the reviewers, were impressed overall on what this chip can do for the power it can do. Now, time will tell to see if this chip actually holds up, because as manufacturers go and manufacture a laptop, they're going to be configuring it differently, right? They're going to have different power specs, what they want to kind of do. They can modify like the boost algorithms or tell it how far it can boost, etc. The GPU side is a whole, another story with the same things they can configure. And they were impressed by where the jump was in the GPU side and stuff. But NVIDIA still has the MX series products, and those products are impressive, especially in low power. They don't take much power, and you can configure them quite nicely. If you want to know a little bit how to configure the MX series, Moore's Law is Dead channel, I would highly recommend you go check him out. He just did a video on modifying his GPU and his laptop to get even better battery life and be able to still play games on it, as well as Intel still has X Stigma that they have to get over, where the graphics aren't that good. They're integrated. So they're going to have an uphill battle, I think, as well as expect NVIDIA to release a MX3000 series, because this is NVIDIA is a moving target. Nobody ever stands still. If they are, you're going to be left behind, right? As a company, and this is going to be kind of NVIDIA moving forward to stay ahead of what Intel is bringing to the table with their integrated graphics, especially at the low end, the thin and lights. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to be going forward, and how NVIDIA keeps the pressure on Intel there. Now AMD is still getting into it, and as more and more people come and see AMD in there, I'm guessing AMD is going to adjust to make theirs just slightly more powerful too, to make sure that they're staying ahead of Intel. But that's probably going to be a Ryzen fourth generation series, a Ryzen 4000 series at some time in mobile. That's my guess, is when they're going to start going after mobile. AMD's kind of gotten good reputation on the desktop. Now it's time to go after mobile. So Intel's being hit here, but one of the big things is that this is going to be low power. And I was starting to think here, we just had yesterday Samsung announce an event where they came out with a Snapdragon 8CX, which is an ARM based Windows 10 laptop. Well, if this is going to be start to kind of go in that direction, I have some concerns on where that low power is going to be. Intel's going to have a lot more competition in the low end if this ARM processor can run Windows and runs it good enough for people to do. One thing I'd like to do is get one of those, just as something I can take along with me wherever I go, just to see how it works. I don't do that much stuff on my Surface, so if it can hold up to what I need it to do, that's great, right? I always go back to my desktop and do work on my desktop, remote, and etc. So it just needs to be a machine that I can just take along and just do basic stuff with. That could be something where this puts this 10 nanometer Ice Lake in a real struggle if that were to take off. I don't know if it will, but Microsoft seems to be trying to get that to move forward with ARM on Windows. And I think one other reason why is that they're starting to come out with everything right now, right? This product isn't really out for anybody else to test. This was a closed group, right? Intel's trying to show off. Intel's trying to get out good press, and I think they want to put July behind them. July was not really a great month for Intel. The Ryzen 3000 just was kind of crushed Intel and all the sales data that was kind of made public that we've seen, and they want to really get behind that. And so we'll see what August is going to be like, but they started out with this, and they also kind of talked about a 56 core server CPU here in the next couple of days. I'm probably not going to even focus on that, because that's just, it seems like it's just going to use a ton of power and have 56 cores trying to compete with the new Epic Rome, which was announced yesterday and kind of showed off and everything else. So Now that Rome's kind of out here too, AMD might have a month of server side stuff that's just crushing Intel. And I think Intel wanted to say, see, we got mobile, nobody else does. And here it is. And who knows if they're going to actually miss back to school here and where products are. I think products are going to come out more towards November-ish time frame if it's still in a lab. If not, it could roll over in the new year. But until we really have a product out on this, and the 10 nanometer stuff, and it's shipping in volume, like there's been a lot of small 10 nanometer stuff Intel's done in the past to kind of say, hey, we got 10 nanometer. It's never really been there. But this needs to kind of go in full force to see where 10 nanometer is and see if it's progressing in the way like I would like. I would like to see a huge progression there because we got AMD in 7 nanometer, and if Intel can catch up and start pushing that, that's going to be great to push the industry forward and keep them progressing. If not, we could get stagnation. I don't like stagnation because um, there's no competition to make yourself better. I know some server guys and stuff, they like the stability and stuff, but I like the progression. It kind of pushes technology in there, and if you need to go to something older or something that you're more reliable with, go with it. All right, that's what you want to do. But to be able to bring this forward with these 10 nanometer stuff and the Ice Lake stuff, just think of what could happen if this keeps progressing. We could actually get way better battery life out of laptops that can do a little bit more than what we're used to, and then we still have our major powerful desktops if we need that. But it could be just a laptop. So Ice Lake is here, I guess, kind of, with it coming soon to a laptop close to you, maybe. And if that happens, then hopefully I get to maybe try one out. Who knows? But I like to see what Intel has in store for competing in this range, especially to kind of keep or kind of make sure. I think they're trying to push NVIDIA out of this arena. We'll see if they can do that. And that's going to be one interesting thing as well. So let me know what your thoughts are below in the comment section. What do you think about Ice Lake? Was it kind of like, did you kind of see it as me, a soft launch, and you're just hoping to see a product here soon? And where do you think Intel's going with this, especially with ARM closing in on the low end and NVIDIA probably not stopping either with the graphics side? So as you can maybe kind of tell, I've been doing some work here on my house, kind of cleaning it all up, getting the ceiling clean and everything else. So I apologize if the sound's a little bit different, or if you see some little construction. It's probably going to be a few months before I get it all put back together the way I'd like. So a lot of resealing stuff and everything else that needs to happen from what this was before to kind of clean up some of the major issues that they had going on here. So thank you for that patience as well. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.